And the color came showing
Love you. You're my favorite.
This is record.
Huh?
Did you record that, Donna?
You better be glad I didn't say what I was gonna say.
Hi, are you here for the council meeting? Come on in. Hi, how are you?
Hey.
Just sit anywhere? Or?
Anywhere you'd like, sir. Sure.
Well, that seat with the phone in it's taken.
Yeah.
Right.
They start throwing daggers and stuff.
Where's your
It is streaming, so.
Y'all wanna come?
I have turned that air conditioner down to 70. Is it cool enough in here for y'all?
Okay. Larry, did you wanna look at the bills, specifically the bills?
Jimmy, Juan,
How are you, sir?
good.
I'm sure.
I did.
Going east.
Thank you for coming. I appreciate you coming back in.
Yeah, no,
Maybe if there was a question.
no,
that came up, I might
it comes
Absolutely.
from that one across the
That was a
street.
good idea.
It's right, it tees off of it.
He is one of the ones that did it.
Yeah,
Talked to Melvin, he said he thought they ran even Weatherford's.
You're out of the Midland, right? Odessa, okay.
All the way, he said,
But-
yeah.
All the same.
Yeah, it's mid-Odessa, we're all.
Yeah,
really?
I didn't think he would make it.
I wouldn't either. That's a long haul.
That's what he could remember.
Okay, at this extent, thing, I'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. Heavenly Father, thank you for allowing us to gather here. Lord, we ask that you give us the wisdom to make the best decisions for this community. We thank you also for the cooler temperatures that you've been giving us lately. Lord, we ask that you be with our servicemen and women, our law enforcement, and our first responders as they do their duties. We ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Okay, we'll go to to item number 4, citizens' comments. If anybody's who's not on the agenda, limit 3 minutes per individual of any subject of which the city of Big Lake has authority. However, no discussion or action by law may be taken on the topic unless and until properly posted on a future agenda. Anybody like to speak?
Yeah, I'm not on the agenda tonight, so I just wanted to update y'all. We're gonna do the closing tomorrow on the Family Dollar property. And then we are going to have the groundbreaking ceremony next Wednesday at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
So I just wanted to let y'all know where we're at on that.
Thank you, sir.
At 10, did you say 10:30?
10 o'clock.
Or 10 o'clock Wednesday?
Anybody else? Move to item number 5, discussion or action on wastewater treatment plant expansion items.
We don't really have any items, but we'll let you know, we're gonna have our first, major meeting with, everyone here since they've got online, since they've come on site on October 21st. So there's nothing regarding that.
Okay. Item number 6, discussion and action on Pennsylvania Street project items, change order number 1.
Mr. Waller on this one?
Hello?
Hey, John, this is Phil.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can now.
Okay, yeah, we're here in council chambers. We're down to item number 6, discussion or action on the Pennsylvania Street project items. We've got the change order in front of us.
Okay. I guess I'll just start with, I don't know what Sherry's already told you, but I'll just go ahead and start with item 1. The additional concrete thickness was, I think Joe and Sherry discussed that even before it was bid. In fact, I think it was right before it was bid, which is why it didn't get put into an addendum into the contract or into the bid packet as it was bid. That was just a design change to increase the thickness of that concrete at the intersection of 12th and Pennsylvania from 6 to 8 inches to accommodate the truck traffic.
Okay.
Item 2, the additional curb and gutter, that was, when I went out there and surveyed the curb and gutter. I did not measure every place that needed to be surveyed. I just kind of highlighted it on a set of plans. And when we got out there and actually started measuring lengths, we were about 70 feet short of what really needed to be replaced based on the bid quantity that we had on the bid schedule. And so that's just to get the as-built quantities up to where they need to be. And most of that was in that area right there around 6th Street and on the west side of Pennsylvania where those trailer houses are to get that bird bath corrected. I just made a note in there, we need to fix the bird bath when I made my field survey. And we just didn't get enough curb and gutter shown in that area that needed to end up being replaced to get that done. And that brings us to item 3, which is the additional concrete for the valley gutters at 6th Street. The original design had the valley gutter going from north to south across the west side of 6th Street. And that was based on just the aerial photography and contours that we had done years ago. We tried to save a little money and didn't send the surveyors back out. We did the paving design on this and used the water line survey data, which did not have elevations on it. And when I got out there to go over that with Tom, with Dorado, it became apparent that it would be better, or actually the only way we were going to fix that bird bath there was to bring the water across Pennsylvania to the east side and let it flow down that lay-down gutter that's in front of the school. And so that additional advised there's one they've already poured one on the north half, or the extension of the north curb on 6th Street, and then this will be for the south one that'll do the same thing. They'll bring that water down the south, it comes down the south side of 6th on across. So that's kind of it in a nutshell.
Okay,
Well, hey, John, how are they gonna blend that extra 2 inches to the 6 inches that are already paved?
Oh, no, this was already done. Sherry and Joe had discussed it, and we took a leap of faith. They've already poured, the 8 inches is already there. That part's already been done.
Okay.
And I remember you were included in that conversation too, am I correct, Mary?
yeah. Yeah, I do remember.
Okay, so they put the whole inches down, 8 inches down at one time.
Yeah,
Okay.
because that's exactly where those trucks kind of turn around. We were just thinking, we just wanted to add enough to make sure we wouldn't crack it.
Okay, anybody got any other questions?
I'll make a motion to approve the change order number 1 on the Pennsylvania Street project for $17,931.74.
I have a motion by David,
Can you correct the amount? I think it's $17,931.74. You said $14.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
so I have a motion by David,
I'll second that.
second by Robin. Any further discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Okay. We move down to item number 7, discussion of action on 12th Street project items. John, you have anything on that?
They should have been delivered base today, and once they get that spread out, they should have it, looking more like a street again, that if need be, it could be opened up.
Okay.
The issue, we discussed some issues with Sherry yesterday as far as the way we're gonna close the alleys when we do the approaches there, that they'll have to be closed for probably 10 days to 2 weeks. But, Luana assures me that your, trash truck driver is very good, that he can back down those alleys if needed to collect the trash on those dumpsters when those alleys are closed. There will be a change order coming for, Sherry, help me out. You have that number handy? I don't have it here in front of me. There was some sidewalk that got overlooked right there to the west of Georgia on the south side, right across from the football field, that is broken up. And there's actually 2 areas. There's one longer area, and then there's a section right there at that corner where the power pole, it looks like their guy anchor has been pulling the concrete up.
Yeah, they have
It's like $3,400.
$33,787. And they did, I gave them your email and a copy of those sidewalks.
John,
Okay.
whenever, if we decide to go back, whenever they pour back around that pole and that guy, if they could, leave that, they sleeve those usually so that that doesn't happen again.
Yes, I'm aware of that, and I will make sure that happens.
Okay,
Yeah, since the guy's there, we'll put the, we'll figure out a way to sleeve the anchor
okay.
in place so that you can still.
That way also, if that pole ever has to be pulled, it doesn't tear up the concrete, it just pulls right out.
Exactly. Yeah, I was intending to get with you if you had any specific details. I mean, we've done them before, but if you have any specific details as to how you want it done, I'll make sure that we get that passed on to Acme.
Nothing specific, but it would save everybody some headaches later on.
One thing to note right there, and if you paid any attention at all, that exposed face of the sidewalk on the north, basically the north edge of that sidewalk, is acting as the base of the gutter. And so that sidewalk replacement will be, and that's why it's a little more expensive, will be 6 to 8 inches thick through there so that it will go down to where they have that curve. Obviously, that sidewalk was poured after the fact. And some point, it looked like they may have busted off the original face. And, just poured sidewalk on top of the existing curb and gutter.
Okay.
But to get that back looking the way it should, it'll be thicker, a thicker section of sidewalk.
Okay.
And going around that pole, is it, ADA compliant?
It's
It will
already,
be.
it's already,
It's already, yeah.
it's already grandfathered.
Yeah.
Well, since they're redoing it, though,
The pole's still there.
I know, but when you redo something, you have to make sure it's ADA compliant, don't you?
Well, the way around that, Robin, is that we're not actually going all the way to where the curb entrance or curb cut would be. And so we're not, I mean, we're in that gray area, but trust me, we're okay.
Okay.
Because you're not changing that specific area at the curb.
If we were tearing it all out, that whole corner on both sides, you can, even if you just do one side, if the other side doesn't have it, I mean, it's kind of a moot point, but we're okay.
We still need to make it ADA compliant because we have people that need it that way. Right now, that need it that way. We have people in wheelchairs that go to school here that need it that way, is what I'm saying.
Did you get that, John?
Yeah, I mean, I could get a price to do it. Well, it'll be more expensive than what I gave you because we'll have to go on around the curve there. Probably,
If we're gonna do it, we need to do it right because we do have people that are in wheelchairs that go to school here now that need it done. And we're gonna have, because we have kids in the lower grades that are in wheelchairs that are gonna be going to school here for a long time.
that would add probably a minimum of $1,245 to it. If they have to, they'll probably have to order the ADA stone that goes in there, the
Okay.
pebble stone. And so I don't know what that would cost, but I mean, you could be looking at an additional $2,000 to get it done that way.
Okay. Well, I think that's the route they want to go, so, should we, wait until those figures are back in to approve this, or should we go ahead and approve
I would say let's approve it as presented, and then I'll get an additional one.
Okay.
To make the ADA compliant, because that way they can, the biggest section of that sidewalk that's busted up, they can go ahead and
When
get
they
it
get started?
Yeah.
Okay.
in the works.
I make a
And
motion,
also, I need to do some checking to make sure where that guy is, that power pole is, that we still, that we don't have to widen that sidewalk a little bit to get around.
into the property?
Right.
Okay. Okay.
But I can work with Acton's guy there, and he can take his measurements for me if need be, if I'm not there if I don't happen to be out there next week to get that, but this way it'll at least let him get that other section tore out. They
Okay.
can get the pour scheduled for it.
So by making it ADA, by going ahead and making that ADA, then we're talking about replacing that whole sidewalk alongside the house.
No, I don't think so. I think we're just, from where that sidewalk is at the power pole, that section that we were looking at taking out there, we'll have to go on around the corner and back to the south far enough that we can get the ramp
Okay.
configured in there at the right slope.
Okay.
So that goes up. When you go up Georgia, it's going uphill a little bit, which will help us. But there's a pretty good drop right there. And I'll have to go back and look at the ADA rules to make sure that we can get by with just doing it at that one side of the corner, or one side of the intersection and not both. If we have to do both, we'll have to reconfigure that entire sidewalk, yes.
Okay. to the school.
I just don't want to build a ramp to nowhere, because I can't remember how much, if you go further west on that sidewalk, doesn't it run into like a fence or a building?
Yeah, it runs into another power pole at the alley. I believe, if I'm not correct, if I'm not wrong, mistaken, Larry, what's that, a private?
Yeah, that was a private sidewalk. It's the only sidewalk on 12th Street. And, I think the end of it deads into a telephone.
Yeah, that's what, yeah, I'm looking at it up there and I believe you're right. And then it's just, it drops off to grass in the alley.
I would say, I mean, you see them all over the place, and they're kind of ridiculous when they put them in and they go nowhere.
So, but your concern is they can get back and forth to school and around the parking, in the parking lot, am I correct?
Right, but if you've got a handicapped person that needs wheelchair access, they could be dropped off in the parking lot and access the school through that parking lot. And since there's no, that is not a, what do they call it, school route, they've got a name for it, when they're the sidewalk to schools. And if it's not a continuous sidewalk from a neighborhood, you do not have to make them ADA compliant.
Well, how about if y'all decide to approve this change order as is, and let John do some checking on the other.
Yeah, we can,
Yeah.
And then if we don't have to, then we don't have to, but if we can go ahead and at least get this one change order approved, if that's what y'all decide.
I don't even think our youth use that sidewalk for
No.
bicycles. It's
I've
so
never seen,
dangerous.
like I said, it's basically a sidewalk to nowhere heading west.
You can see what you're talking about too, they really cold.
Yeah, there's a pole right smack dab in the middle of it.
Oh,
Right.
right there, isn't it? Oh, I see, okay.
So,
Well, I'll make a motion to approve this change order for the added cost of $3,787 to replace these sections of the sidewalk.
I'll second.
I have a motion by Robin and a second by Larry to approve the change order in the amount of $3,787 to replace sections of the sidewalk along 12th Street. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Thank you, John.
Thank you, Sherry. I'll get you the official paperwork for that change order to get the mayor to sign. That won't need to be on another agenda since it's been approved. We'll just get it, sign it to have it for our file.
Okay, that sounds like a plan. Okay, thank you, John, have a good evening.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Alrighty.
You too.
Okay, now we'll move down to item number 8, discussion or action awarding bid of purchase for one dump truck and one loader to be utilized at the city Big Lake landfill site. I believe I have 4 bids here. We have one here from, looks like Martin Equipment Incorporated out of Odessa. Martin Equipment respectfully submits no bid for the above reference machines.
Okay.
We have one from Chuck's Dozer. Chuck's Dozer, the bid, $75,000 for a used Cat 980G loader with a 7 to 8 yard bucket at $75,000, and for a used Cat 740 articulating dump truck with backup camera at $75,000 for a total bid of $150,000.
See
if
the
y'all would like to
differences?
see them. Okay. This bid is from John Deere. Proposed quote is $448,000 for both pieces of equipment.
Is that new equipment?
It's a 2015 John Deere 14E and a used 2017 Komatsu WA500. The loader looks like is coming in at $211,500, and the dump truck $236,500. There are pictures here of these two. See those?
All the ones Chuck,
No, no dates on.
I'll swap it.
Final bid comes from Anderson Machinery Company in the amount of $415,000 total. $184,500 for the dump truck. That's it.
We actually did two
Two
separate
separate trucks.
Yeah. Because you didn't say what size you needed, so
Okay.
we carry two in our used fleet.
So basically we have one dump truck at $184,500, another one at $235,000, and then the loader at $293,840. So that bid of $415 is not correct. It should be a bid of either $293,840 plus one or the other one.
The loader we did is, it's a 2019, but it is an unsold unit that's still in inventory. So it will come with full factory warranty.
The loader?
Yes. So it's actually new because we didn't have a used one the size that you wanted. But what we did is we pulled a closeout unit, and so like I said, since it's not been registered, it'll come with full warranty even though it's a 2019.
Calculator downloading. There we go.
Have you seen any of this equipment, Mark?
Juan, what are we gonna do with this equipment? Just push dirt around? Dig holes?
Yes, sir. Make it a lot faster than waiting on that track loader to get from one side to the other.
You wanna see these pictures?
We're taking one dump truck, we're taking one dump truck and adding to the loader, then we're taking that other dump truck and adding to the loader. Two separate options.
Oh, I think that was lower.
Takes it down and we built it.
If they let us.
No, you had done that.
The age of these ones from Chuck.
If they do that, I'll put my other job and I'll come to work for you.
No, I thought Chuck might
Hell
do
yeah.
that, but no,
Heck
I
yeah.
did not.
Okay, for
I mean,
Anderson,
cities
it
advertise
looks like we have the
explosive
two options.
Specials.
Okay.
For Anderson, we have two options. One with the 2014 dump truck. That and the 2019 loader comes in at $478,340. The other option that we have is a 2015 dump truck and the 2019 loader, and that option comes in at $524,340.
I have a question about Chuck's dozer service. Have you seen any of this equipment that he's got?
Yes.
Do you know what the age of it is?
No, it's just, no, we just kind of looked it over because it's been parked out there. And, the guy that works out there at the landfill, went to school for diesel mechanics, so I had him look at it a little bit more, he understands it a little more, so. But, other than that, it's kind of like these looked at. Didn't run them or anything,
Do you have Chuck's number?
I do.
Can you call and ask him? If he'll answer.
See if you can tell you how many hours they have on it also.
Oh, I'm managing it. Pretty huge. Can I write the year of this?
Yeah, go for it. Or don't you know what?
I can write on sheet of paper.
Yes, Miss Sherry?
Hey Chuck, we are doing the bids, and so our council has opened all the bids and they're reviewing them, but they have some questions. So I'm gonna let Mayor Poole take over.
Hey Chuck, I think they asked you, what are the year models on those two pieces of equipment that you have?
If I told you I'd be guessing, I'd have to find out. Honestly, they're 2012, 13, I don't know.
Okay.
I can't tell you. They're up there 2009 to 12, I guess. I really don't have the exact number on that side.
Okay. Anybody else have anything?
Hours?
How many hours do they have on them, Chuck?
Well, and again, I don't know the exact hours. I just have to look at them and see. I think the dump truck, I think, has 15,000 hours on it. And I think the loader has like either 19 or 24. I'm not sure. But they've all been, everything that's been done to us been done by foreign cat or whole machinery. And it's, they have all the maintenance records and everything at Caterpillar. I mean, they pull them up.
Okay.
By the serial number, they tell you everything they've ever done to them.
Okay.
Since they were, since they sold them.
All right. Anybody got anything else?
That's it.
Okay, thank you, Chuck.
All right, thank y'all.
You bet.
See, we don't know nothing about the machines. The machine.
No, I don't.
Chuck doesn't know much.
The machines I know more about is backhoe down, out there, not too familiar, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not too familiar with it. But I know we need that size, the bigger, because our small dump truck is just getting tore up.
Yeah.
It can't handle it. The size rocks you're pulling and stuff. We got a backhoe out there because the cat's broke and it ruined a tire today. They're just not made for smaller equipment to be out there.
And our current loader's been fixed how many times in the last month?
Yeah, it's down again.
Down
That's
again.
what they're using the backhoe, but I'd say ruin the tire because you're running into all kinds of,
Yeah.
they're not made to be out there. Not that small anymore.
It costs me $100 in flats every time I go out there.
I'm sure that tire was way over $100.
Right. Yeah.
So they're basically fine.
Do we wanna let the guy that he was talking about, see these bids? And check out, the guy who knows the equipment? that was
Oh,
trained
that
to
works
work?
for the city out there?
Yes.
There's just
Get his recommendation.
Well, I don't really think we can,
Okay.
because we've got a bid opening.
Okay.
Too bad he's not here. Okay, I was asking about the city that, the school board. It'd been nice if he was here. Well, I think since we were.
If the bids are open, can this be tabled? Can we do some checking, or once they're
Y'all give me a
open?
minute, I'll go look at some laws, if y'all want to even, yeah, if y'all want
Or ask
to.
Paige? You know, a $300,000 difference is a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
Where are the bids
Once, yeah.
Well, that's not all of them, I don't
Pretty sure we have to make a decision.
But if you don't,
Let me go look at
Yeah.
some, let me go look at some, oh, sorry, my chair caught up underneath that, sorry. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I've got them.
I know, like here she said that, one truck would have a warranty on it.
The loader would have.
The loader, yes, okay.
Yeah, because it's a brand new.
Right, okay,
It's still sitting at a factory
It's
all
over
year.
years.
gotcha.
Would the other one have a warranty or no?
The truck, no, it's already out of its warranty period, but, both of the trucks that I've got in there, I've got a 30-ton and a 40-ton. They're in our current rental fleet. Every time they come back, we go through them, repair anything. They're serviced, constantly. And then.
file folder full of maintenance records.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And the one only had like 14,000 hours is what I saw.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, they're both pretty low hour machines. I think the 40-ton might have a little bit more. They're good units.
Which one would you need up there, one, the 30 or the 40?
Like I say, because it's just, what we got now is just a regular small.
He's got a landscaping dump truck, man.
yeah,
No, I'm not being serious.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not made for this.
Well, I say that.
It's not made for being out there.
Landscaping.
So yeah, the 30 would probably work fine. And I've got it sitting at our store in Odessa, the one that we quoted for this. So I mean, you could even look at that if you wanted to, but it wouldn't be that hard to get it down here.
Right.
The loader does have to come from a little bit further, but I think I've got the shipping charges already in there.
Oh,
So it won't cost any extra to get here, but we have to get it shipped to you.
What exactly is the warranty on
I believe it is.
Says on the loader, it says a 3-year, 4,000 hour factory warranty, an additional 5,000 to 7,000 hour power train warranty. Loader. On the 2 trucks is sold as is.
Well, let me ask you something, Juan. How many hours does our loader have on it? And what year model is it? Since it's broke down.
It's not that old.
bids and that process.
It's not that old.
Hmm.
But with the dust and everything out there.
As the conditions of location.
I'm just making a roundabout statement.
This one,
Yeah.
this one here,
You
you're
get what you pay
two
for.
loaders.
Right.
This truck and that truck,
Okay.
what's that loader?
They're not even letting you blow filters out, you gotta replace them.
That
You
one
blow
was,
filters.
Here's your filter.
yeah, that's fine.
Gotta be replaced, no blow.
It was-
You know,
Oh, and the other one
Yeah,
was no.
yeah.
Can't do it.
That's right.
I mean, I was just wondering, try to get a perspective on what we're looking at.
And it's-
Do we want to go cheap and
And then
older and
That's right, yeah.
and possibly more maintenance or
Which,
new and
by buying these 2, you're gonna take it a little easier on the other equipment.
Okay, so let me make sure I'm understanding what you're saying. Our equipment is newer and less hours
Oh, yeah.
Because it's too small. for
than
the
one of the
job.
bids. Is that correct?
Then what, diesel?
Yes,
And one of the bids.
than one of the bids, the cheaper.
Yeah, that loader one, look back, I don't think it's.
Okay, legally, you actually have to either approve a bid or you reject all bids.
Okay.
And then the process starts all over again.
Okay.
So there you go. And nothing can be changed on the bids once they're opened.
Okay.
So,
As is.
as is.
But the bad thing about it is, like on Chuck's bid, we have no idea on how old they are, how many hours are on them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're roughly 10 years old. Going back to the one that said 2010 to 2012, maybe.
And we're trying to do this out of the 2020 budget, right?
Yes.
Budget.
What we're in right now.
Right, but, you know, if you don't, and we do this process again, it'll just be a budget amendment,
Right.
you know,
How much did we budget for this in that budget?
150,000 is kind of what we had in our heads for used.
Mm-hmm.
That was based upon me pulling, also a few articulated dump trucks and some, not loaders though, just based on just some very simple articulated dump trucks of like 65,000. And I have no idea what I'm looking at, so, you know, I'm based upon. Yeah, as we find, they're a little different than. There's a reason why I don't sell equipment for a living.
It's loads of fun.
No pun
No pun
intended.
intended.
And you're talking, there's a vast difference between every one of those, but yeah, knowing much about that, we've seen it in action, you know, that's the only thing we know of.
Well.
This is the John Deere.
On your articulated, or on your dump truck,
And there's two different.
it requires a loader to load it, it's that big. Because I'm like I'm saying, I'm just ignorant when it comes to this kind of stuff.
A loader and an excavator. You can do either way.
A loader or an excavator?
They work in quarries quite a bit with, in tandem with excavators, moving rock and stuff like that. That's pretty common.
I've seen them load out with big backpacks.
Another big one.
And
Can we get it from them?
they probably could, because I've got backhoes parked right beside mine, and I would think that they should be able to reach up, especially on the 30.
I mean, it's top heavy, but when you get up there.
But I think, the 40 ton might be iffy, but the 30 ton they might be doing it.
This is, when you look at the fish coming out of it, or the coming in.
They look smaller in your picture.
No, that didn't look small to me.
You get beside one, they're pretty.
I was gonna say, yeah.
That tire's just shy of about 5.
That-
On the
So we've got.
there's warranty on that, that's marathon and dump truck.
Yeah.
Same as with, what do you think,
It's gonna be hard to find $400,000 to meet that excess in this year's budget. I don't know how it's gonna happen. So it's either.
What's it gonna take to get our front end loaded going?
Basically, I can come look at it, so.
Oh.
Cat's so busy, they'll schedule us in, if somebody else cancels, we'll be moving up on
And it's been down since Saturday, am I correct?
Saturday.
To address the service aspect, we're a smaller company, family owned and everything. I don't have the clientele that Warren Cat does or anything like that. So when you call me and something's broke, we're usually there within 24 to 48 hours.
hard to get hold of when we get down here on the road. Get in line.
I'm not gonna say we fixed it in 24, we'll be there to look at it. Sometimes it depends on what's wrong.
So you're saying you look at our front end loader?
No, I look at that.
Well,
And that's what we made.
Oh, yeah. And that's what they want us to, anything to do. If it's got moving parts, it's gonna. And it's gonna work.
You can't have more details with me. Call her.
What do those loaders lease for? And you see those loaders all over these quarries.
I don't have a going rate on that side. In our rental fleet, we stop at the one right below it, which is about 4.5 yards. And that one, goes for $6,000 a month. I have one of those. It's an 856. And like I said, it's about a 4.5 yard.
So to our new budget here.
I'm gonna make a motion to reject all the bids at this time.
I'll second.
I have a motion by David, a second by Larry to reject all bids at this time. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you for your time. Maybe we
Thank
can
you.
put this back out and we get some better clarification.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
Thank you, sir.
I appreciate you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank
Maybe
you.
we'll get you on the next one.
Maybe
Yes,
so.
sir.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Donna, he didn't sign the thing for the minutes.
Well, you have to high end.
I've got his card.
I'm gonna give detailed information.
That one you have.
You know,
It's a lot of money.
Yes.
I need to be, and it's not justifiable on any way of that.
Yeah.
No,
And then us calling him and he didn't know anything about that.
Well, and I've seen equipment over there putting a cylinder in.
he's putting in the cylinder for us
Yeah,
that
well,
we purchased, because he told me that, he told us that today at lunch.
Yeah, well, I seen that, so.
All right. So we'll move down to item number 9, discussion or action on ordinance 2009-15-01, adopting the City of Big Lake 2020-2021 fiscal budget. This is a second reading. Yeah.
I gotcha.
Okay.
I make a motion to approve ordinance 2009-15-01, adoption of the City of Big Lake 2020-2021 fiscal budget, second reading.
I'll second.
I have a motion by Robin, a second by David. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, item number 10, discussion action ordinance 200915-02, adoption of the City of Big Lake 2020-2021 tax rate. This is also a second reading.
I'll make a motion to approve ordinance 200915-02, adoption of the City of Big Lake 2020-2021 tax rate.
I'll second it.
I have a motion by David, a second by Alyssa. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, item number 11, discussion of action on the final budget amendments to the City of Big Lake 2019-2020 fiscal budget.
Do y'all want me to go line item by line item, or have y'all looked at them all?
I don't see it.
I know that we're going to have to make an amendment already on the sanitation and take out that $150,000. And that's on the last page. Is there any questions, or do you want me to go line item by line item?
I'll make a motion to approve the final budget amendments on the City of Big Lake 2019-2020 fiscal budget.
I'll second that.
I have a motion by David and a second by Robin. Is there any further discussion on the budget amendments? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Item number 12, accounts payable.
I make the motion to pay the.
I'll second.
I have a motion by Robin, a second by Alyssa. Any discussion on bills? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item number 13, is consent items.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent items.
I'll second it.
I have a motion by David and a second by Robin. Any discussion on consent items? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item number 14, City Council request for future agenda items. If nothing, we'll adjourn at 7:05.